You don't want to overreact to spring ball here. You don't at all. But wide receiver freshman Brooks coming in, and he cracked the starting rotation. We're not saying you're benching Ryan Williams. We're not saying you're benching Germie Bernard, because those are your 1 and 2, in my opinion. I don't see that'll change a whole lot this year. That third spot's kind of wide open. Brooks is known for his exceptional speed, playmaking ability. During his junior year, he set a New Jersey state record for over 3,355 career yards, and he had 54 receiving touchdowns. That is before he even started his senior year in 2023, where he alone recorded 61 catches for almost 3,100 yards and 22 touchdowns, showcasing his dynamic potential, his speed recording hitting 22.1 miles per hour. Combined with his elusiveness and his speed, he was a standout prospect. You can see why Kalen DeBoer sought after him and the staff went after him. So this is something you can't teach. Can't teach 22.1 miles per hour. You can't teach a guy that has these catches and the yardage and the touchdowns. Like, he knows it, knows how to do it. He knows how to be productive. That's already there. You see why Alabama went after him. JB, I want you to kick us off. How do you feel about this right here? And you give me your look on Brooks, or maybe you have another guy possibly, but Brooks is kind of the hot topic right now. So how we feel about that, brother?
Lotzeir Brooks has been turning heads this past week in spring practice. The little video footage that they show us, you always see him making some spectacular catch. He'll jump up, catch the ball with one hand, or high point a ball or something like that. Like you mentioned about his speed, I think he will fit in really well. That speed is something you can't teach. Some of the acrobatic catches. I think he is poised to play. I don't know about cracking the star lineup, JT. It's so early. It's only been a week. Let's see how the spring goes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see how the spring goes. But he has an opportunity because, like you mentioned, Ryan Williams and Germie Bernard are 1A and 1B. If we want to be honest with you, 1A and 1B. Yep. So they will see a lot of snaps. But you got guys like Jaylen Waddle that's coming off the injury that I know he's going to be ready. He's going to be hungry. Cole Adams as well. But Isaiah Horton didn't come to ride the bench. Isaiah Horton didn't come from Miami to ride the bench. No. So I believe right now he probably will be wide receiver 3. Haven't seen how he looks with the guys. Really depends on how he fits within the system. But I feel like they brought him here for a reason. He's got the size. He's made plays already in Miami last year. He played a big part in that offense. Lotzeir Brooks coming in out of high school, it remains to be seen. But as a freshman, it will be good to see him get on the field, get some snaps. We also got Derek Meadows. We got other guys looking to get snaps as well. But he is turning heads so far and standing out. And I like what I'm seeing with Lotzeir Brooks.
Great breakdown there, JB, and good points you added there to some of this. When you're looking at it from one side, you just added some other eyes to another side there, and just said that about Horton too. This guy didn't come to ride the pine, and also not only that, like he's a great player too that we're going to talk about in due time. Just not trying to use up all too much, but he will be a guy we're going to be talking about very, very soon. That, like JB said, possibly going to be that third option too, or minimum going to be getting some PT in rotation there. Stephen M. Smith, how are you feeling about this right here and what we're seeing right now?
Watching Brooks so far in practice, I love the speed. I love the playmaking ability. Bray Hubbard said something in player interviews. He said it's hard to stay in front of this kid. It is very hard. And when you have a defensive back already complimenting you early about how hard it is to defend you, that means something. I go back to the rideouts, right? You already had Judy. You already had Ruggs and Devontae Smith. Here comes Jaylen Waddle from Houston. Jaylen Waddle, a 4-star guy. Jaylen Waddle, who didn't get to Alabama until the summer. And Waddle just blew everybody away. And they're like, whoa, who is the 17? Like, who is this guy? You got Smith. You got Ruggs. You got Judy. But here comes Waddle in here shaking everything up. And when you look at Brooks, there's some Waddle there, possibly not making a comparison, but he's got some shiftiness to him. But then there's also that Henry Ruggs like speed. We all knew Henry Ruggs could catch a slant pattern. He's gone. You're not catching Henry. So there's some Henry Ruggs. There's some Jaylen Waddle shiftiness there. When you look at Brooks, I go back to what JB said. There are some guys that do have some time on task, a little bit ahead of him. You do have an Isaiah Horton who didn't come to ride the pine, but I just go back to if if Brooks continues to just show up and go, hey, these guys don't have what I have, then you're not going to deny him a shot at that third spot on the roster. Could you imagine Brooks on the fly jet sweep?
Yes, I was just saying that.
Pop
Yeah.
pass. Could you imagine Brooks running that play?
Herb, how are you feeling hearing all the points right there? So you're going to get to kind of doctor this up and pinpoint it for us right here on the wall and finish this out here tonight. Is he going to be getting PT, meaningful PT? How are you feeling about this, Herb?
They've kind of put it perfectly already. I think one of the earlier points JB made, like, he might not be one of the first people on the field, but he's going to get some snaps. They're going to create some opportunities for him. The offense is going to be way more balanced this year. You're going to see specifically some better pass plays, I think. I think you're going to see some plays designed to go to certain people. Brooks absolutely has a shot. To me personally, I still feel like he's going to be behind Hale to come into it just because what we saw in the injury. If he comes back 100%, I put Jaylen Hill up there, my number 3 first. But you've got so many guys in the mix. Like we already mentioned, Cole Adams, Isaiah Horton coming over. Every time I think of Horton and like he didn't come here, so I always think of Malik Vincent and how excited I was. So I try to temper my excitement before I get too high.
I understand, Herb. I understand.
Too soon. But
exactly.
to make it short, yes, he absolutely has a shot at getting in there. But like I said, there's only 2 people that we're guaranteed, and everybody else is fighting for a spot.